won't.
I tried.
Don't make me.
Don't start.
Don't bother.
Want more. Want less.
Want what?
To lose. To be.
To care.
Talk to him.
Talk to her.
Talk to the hand.
About nothing.
About right.
About time.
It sucks.
It hurts. It lingers. I
don't want to talk about it.
The first words a person says defines them for life. Mama. At least, that's what I heard. Mama. If that's the case,
then I'm screwed.
uh-oh. That's right. My brain finally figured out how to move my lips and make a sound. The sound you hear right before everything hits the fan. You're going to fall. Uh-oh. Look out for the anvil. Uh-oh. Here comes Kyle. Uh-oh. My parents collapsed when they heard it. You know, most parents would have been worried or confused or offended, but not my parents. To them, uh-oh was as good as mama or dada. But can you blame them? They were young and I was probably the biggest uh-oh of them all. Maybe I did ruin everything. I don't know. All I know is I started life out on the wrong foot, and they congratulated me. Uh-oh is right.
My twin sister and I had our very own language. We'd lay side by side in our crib and babble for hours.
Kublala Riktaknas.
We understood each other.
Ikna por lali magnistak.
Okay, maybe we didn't actually know what the other one was saying, but we definitely knew how the other one was feeling.
Malashi pog shine mine.
And isn't that the point of language anyway? To express our feelings?
Timely love.
But as we got older, things changed. Real words got in the way and messed everything up.
Mine.
I never understood that whole sticks and stones thing. As far as I can tell, words ruin everything.
Idiot, dork, loser.
They don't express feelings, they hurt them.
Go away.
Boo-hoo na lo lo ne.
If I hold my breath for a really long time, I can get whatever I want without saying nothing. See? That was awesome. It would have got me a new Barbie for sure. A little while longer, I might even get my own dream house. Actions really do speak louder than words, especially when that action kills you.
I say a lot of stupid things. I can't help it. An idea pops into my mind and I don't know what to do with it. Most of the time, I know these ideas are stupid, so I try to keep them to myself. I really do. I shake my head and hope they lodge into the 90% of my brain I'm not using. But sooner or later, they wiggle free and do backflip off my tongue. Who wants to shave the cat? I drive everyone crazy. Where is the cat? I drive myself crazy. I shaved the cat. This summer I came down with laryngitis was the best ever. It was great. My friends were happy. My parents were happy. My cat was really happy. But then, turns out it wasn't laryngitis at all. It was puberty.
You're kitty. look at me when I'm talking to you.
Use your inside
God.
It's not what you say.
It's how you say
I
it.
hope you don't eat with that mouth.
Wash your mouth out with soap.
If you don't have anything nice to say.
Don't walk away from me.
Don't say anything at all.
I'm not done talking to you.
Not another word.
My parents actually pay someone to sit in a chair and listen to me talk. Well, the joke's on them. It's my therapist who likes to talk. A lot. What she doesn't like to do is listen. When I told her that my dad would rather go hunting than spend time with me, she went into this long, boring story how she hit a deer with her car and almost died. When I told her that mom sleeps all of the time, she spent the next half hour complaining about her lumpy old mattress. That's when I decided that I couldn't take it anymore. I walked up to her and said that was it. End of story, no more questions. I thought we were good. Then she came at me from a different angle. She asked me to draw my feelings. Go ahead. It seemed ridiculous, but what doesn't? So I drew.
What are you sad about?
Another question. I kept trying.
You don't seem happy.
I wasn't sure if she was stupid or clueless. And believe me, there's a difference. When you're stupid, you can't figure things out. When you're clueless, you just don't care.
Are you constipated?
Turns out she was both.
Why are you angry?
Wasn't that her job to figure it out? She only asked me to draw pictures.
Is that a pineapple?
No, it's me.
How can a person feel like a pineapple?
I don't know. How could a person feel like me?
This month, my mom thinks she's artistic. Trust me, she's not. If you need proof, just come over and check out our kitchen wall. She sponge painted a hideous border of chickens across the backsplash. What's worse is that she didn't use a level, so the chickens gradually descend toward the sink, like they're committing suicide or something. It's tragic. Her latest thing is photography. She set up a studio in the laundry room and takes pictures of other people's babies. You know the kind I'm talking about. The ones where the babies are dressed up like vegetables. People actually pay her money to do this. All she does is throw a blanket over the washing machine and cram newborns into a head of lettuce. And she's so excited because her only expenses were the camera and a salad spinner. But you should see the pictures. They're horrible. Soon everyone will realize that she doesn't have a clue and they'll start laughing at her again. We don't know what's coming, but so long as she's taking her medication, we're not allowed to say anything. Not ever. Her mood is the permanent elephant in the room. Only now it's not an elephant. It's a chicken.
My dad sits on the couch all day long and watches one talk show after another. Mom never stops vacuuming. He likes to hear losers talk about their problems because it makes him feel better about his own problems.
No matter what time of day it is, when you pass by our house, you can hear it running.
He laughs at all the hoarders who say empty milk cartons, used razors, and dead cats.
You can practically see your reflection in the carpet.
But he should take a look in the mirror.
She yells every time I walk through the living room.
I can barely walk through the living room.
Where am I supposed to go?
He has junk pot everywhere.
It's so maddening.
It's so embarrassing.
Doesn't she realize that life is supposed to be messy?
I never want to have friends over.
I'm not allowed to have friends over.
What would I tell them?
What should I tell them?
What a mess.
I got down on my knees and begged my parents to get me a dog. But they went on talking as if I wasn't even there. I didn't care what kind of dog. It could have been big, like a St. Bernard, or small, like a Pomeranian.
Heck, I would have been happy with some sort of mixed breed, like a Saint Bernarian. There was no way, because Dad's allergic to fur and Mom's afraid of poop. So I took matters into my own hands. I brought home a parrot. It was my friend's parrot, but I traded her my fig Newtons for it. Turns out it's a good trade. For her, that bird was stupid, stupid, stupid. All I wanted to do was flap its wings and peck my fingers. I mean, what good is having a parrot if it doesn't even talk? I was sure Mom and Dad would have me take him back, but they fell in love with the stupid thing. Mom loved his red feathers, and Dad let him eat goldfish crackers off the top of his head. They loved that bird more than me! So I started thinking of ways I could do him in. Leaving the window open, putting aspirin in his birdseed. The blender! I finally snapped one morning when I was coming down for breakfast. There he was, marching across my plate of waffles, with his filthy little claws! That's it, I said. And I grabbed the closest frying pan and swung it high in the air. And right when I was about to flatten him, he looked at me with his beady little eyes and spoke for the very first time. And do you know what he said? I swear I'm not making this up. He looked at me and said, "Wolf!" That's right, wolf! That bird wasn't stupid at all. He knew exactly what was going on. He knew I wanted to dog and gnaw him, and he deliberately snubbed me. I know, you probably think I'm crazy, but just ask my parents. They say he talks all the time when I'm not around. No wonder they love him so much. Now I'm more careful when I open my mouth. You never know who might be listening.
There are two different kinds of dreams. The kind you have when you're awake, and the kind you have when you're asleep. As far as I can tell, you can't control either one.
I had a dream about a birthday cake. It was covered in millions of candles, and every time I tried to blow one out, an alien came out of the cake. Soon I was surrounded by millions of aliens, all covered in green icing. But I didn't mind the aliens. With so many around, I no longer felt like one. And the icing wasn't bad either.
I used to dream about becoming a doctor.
An astronaut.
A K-pop idol.
A star.
A teacher.
A veterinarian.
An actor.
A basketball player.
A singer.
But now,
Well,
That's just not gonna happen.
how can dreams survive school?
Point A, point B. Most people get from one to the other without any trouble. But I'm not most people. Point C, why do I have to leave point A? Point D, what if point B is a trick? Point E, what do I do when I get there? F, how do I know I will get there? G, who else will be there? H, can I go back if I want to? I don't want to. These detours drive my teachers crazy. But I always manage to get there. Eventually. Unfortunately for me, teachers don't have time for eventually. So by the time I finally made it from point A to point B, everyone else has left me behind. So I ask myself, what's the point?
I was shaking. I'd never spoken in front of a group of people before, and, well, it wasn't the whole world, but it might as well have been. Cute boys were in the back, and the mean girls were up front, and I thought I'd die. And do you know what my drama teacher actually said to me? She told me to picture the class naked. Naked. Was she insane? I'm 15. I don't even like to look at myself naked. And so there I was, trying to finish my scene, and the only thing I could think about was body parts. Just don't say breast, don't say breast, don't say breast. What light through yonder window breaks? And then I started wondering if Miss Reed told everyone else the same thing. Were they picturing me naked? It was mortifying. So I ended up reciting Shakespeare with my arms folded and my eyes closed. Probably not what he had in mind, but Shakespeare's dead, so too bad.
Mr. Green, in the study, with the revolver.
Wrong again. Can't you get anything right?
My math teacher, Mr. Frith, thinks he's so cool because on Fridays he takes us to the library for him a clue. I have no idea why he even bothers. Cool is definitely not a specialty. He has a long grin come over and has come up with nipples. I think he's just being lazy, but he claims it helps us understand
The power of deduction.
whatever that means. All I have to do is just a complete waste of time.
Don't open your mouth if you don't know what you're talking about.
And that, apparently I'm a moron.
How could it be Mr. Green? And the revolver was ruled out ages ago.
He needs to realize it's just a game.
Life is not a game, young man.
Life is a game, I wanted to point out, but he hardly seemed in the mood. Unlike the rest of my friends, I prefer learning regular math in class, like fractions and decimals and powers to the nth degree. What I don't understand is why every time the Parker brothers get involved, he picks on me in front of the whole class.
You can't expect to get anywhere in life if you keep on jabbering about the things that have been already ruled out.
He's determined to get every last drop out of the metaphor.
Think about what you know before you open your yap trap and embarrass yourself. Now with that in mind, who's the murderer?
Mr. Frith, in the library with the board game.
I don't know how the rumor got started,
How?
but I sure know how it ended.
How?
2 stitches, 50 broken bones, and a concussion.
How?
I wasn't even in the showers that day, so how could I have looked at him?
How?
But that's the thing about small talk. It keeps getting bigger and bigger until someone gets clobbered by it.
How?
Do these pants make me look fat?
Am I fat?
Where did this come from?
Where do these come from?
Think you know we'll notice.
Does this cover it up?
Should I dye my hair blue?
Should cut my bangs.
Will it make me stand out?
How can I fit in?
Am I the only one that has to shave my legs?
When can I shave my legs?
Do I stink?
Why can't I shower at home?
Is everyone looking at me?
Why
is everyone looking at me? Stop looking at me!
The human body comes in all different shapes and sizes. Some people have large feet, others have tiny hands. And that's just the beginning. Once you start looking, the list never ends. Wide hips, long necks, skinny knees, fat tummies, flat chests, round noses, thick lips, and little eyes. Well, I'm no different. I have just enough differences to make me exactly like everyone else. But if I could change one thing about me, it'd be my ears. I'd make them smaller, So then I wouldn't have to listen to everyone talk about their large feet, tiny hands, wide hips, long necks, skinny knees, fat tummies, fat chests, snot noses, thick lips, and little eyes.
When I finally got my driver's license, I knew exactly where I was headed first.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Drive-through windows are seriously the best invention ever. You talk into a tiny little speaker and get exactly what you want. No one even has to look at you.
May I take your order?
I'll take a bacon double cheeseburger, 10-piece chicken nuggets, 2 large fries, and a triple thick strawberry shake, and a Diet Coke.
Would you like sauce for these nuggets?
Yes, mayo. Lots of mayo.
Would you like to supersize those fries?
Why not? I'm starving.
You mean this is just for you?
Yeah, so?
Won't all this food make you sick?
That's kind of the point.
What do you mean?
I mean, I got it covered. Now mind your own business.
Pull up to the front window.
My hair started falling out when I was 15. Started with a few strands on my comb, then a few more on my pillow, then a clump in my sink. Now there's a huge bald spot on the top of my head. And when I say huge, I mean huge. You can land a helicopter up there. I mean, it's not like I didn't expect it to happen. My dad is bald, my uncles are bald, my grandma's bald. It's just, I sort of thought it would happen later. Like way later. I'm the only kid in the yearbook who looks like an insurance salesman. So I started wearing hats. All kinds of hats. Berets, fedoras, skater caps. But there's only one problem. Schools don't allow hats. I had this big theory that all teenagers wear hats, they'd retain a lot more knowledge. But my principal didn't seem to buy that. So I had no choice. I had to grow my hair long in the back and comb it over. That worked well for a while, until my chemistry teacher pointed me in the middle of class and said, I have to try that. I tried going bald once, but that was even worse. All I wanted to do was rub my scalp and call me Mr. Clean. Sometimes it feels like I'm running a gauntlet. They say when running a gauntlet, keep your head down. But I think that hardly applies when your head is what everyone is talking about.
Birds. Bees.
Boys, girls.
Love. Marriage.
Babies.
Diapers.
Gay, straight,
Virus, disease.
Risky.
Safe. Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Sin.
It was Valentine's Day, and Miss Frizzy thought the whole class should exchange Valentines. So she handed out the red construction paper and showed us how to fold the paper in half, so we only had to cut half of each circle. And unfold the paper, our hearts were complete. After we covered them in lace and glitter, it was time to pass them out. Kate has long red hair and perfect teeth, so she got $1 million. Benjamin knows how to dunk a basketball, so his desk was covered. And I'm pretty much invisible, so I only got one. And it was from Miss Frithy. She didn't say it, but I guess she didn't want me to go home with just half a heart.
been going out with Karen for a while. She's nice and all, but gosh, all she ever wants to do is talk on the phone.
Hey, Madi, what's up?
I could be sitting right next to her and she'd still dig out her phone and call my number.
What you doing?
How hard would it be for her to look me in the eyes and talk to me like a normal person?
You're so cute.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe she doesn't want to look me in the eyes.
Call me.
Sometimes I wonder if she loves her phone more than she loves me. If that's the case, what does that make me? A pimp?
Love you.
It's like our relationship is heading in a tunnel, and it keeps getting weaker and weaker.
You're breaking up.
We're breaking up, and nothing in the world can bring us closer together.
TTYL.
Not even a cell phone.
Talent night came around and my parents were so proud of me. They couldn't wait to hear my poem. They wouldn't miss it for the world. Things I Shouldn't Have to Say by Rebecca Donnelly. Mom, are you okay? What's wrong, Dad? I wish they would stop fighting. They won't stop fighting. Stop fighting. Where are you going? Where am I going? I'll be at Mom's. I'll be at Dad's. That's Dad's girlfriend. Mom's getting married. I'm never getting married. The end. They said it was beautiful.
He told me not to say anything. He told me it wouldn't hurt. He told me I was special. I told him he was wrong.
I sleep with the nightlight on. When I wake up, I want to know it's for real.
People talk about seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. The light must be God, but why is there a tunnel?
Is it like unplugging the TV?
Does heaven exist?
I don't know what to believe.
What do you believe?
Do you believe? Then what?
Are you afraid?
I'm not afraid. Is it quick?
Does it hurt?
I'm not ready.
I'm afraid of the dark.
Don't turn out the lights!
Not yet. I didn't know where else to go. I walked to the front steps of the church and pushed on the heavy wooden doors. When I stepped inside, the sun was shining through a stained glass window, and I got hit with a bright red spotlight. As I walked to the front, the colors changed. Red to blue to purple to green. When I sat down, it was yellow. I went there because I wanted to know what happens when you die. I wanted to know what happens to my thoughts. Do they still exist? My ideas, my opinions, my dreams, do they just disappear? As if I never had them? When I look up at the sky, all I see are clouds. They say heaven is up there somewhere, but I don't see how. When I was little, we flew to Disneyland, and I looked out the airplane window for the entire flight and didn't see anything. Just more clouds. Who cares about Mickey Mouse? I wanted to see God. And if heaven is as wonderful as everyone says it is, how could it possibly fit in the sky? And if your soul is forever, and thoughts live on when you die, will I still look up at the sky and see nothing but clouds?
My grandma comes to visit me in the hospital every Friday. Once, she leaned in for a kiss and knocked over my IV pole. The needle ripped out of my arm and whipped around her head, and then the bloody piece of tape at the end stuck to the picture of Jesus. And then the picture fell down to my bowl of grape jello. It was pretty funny.
Whoopsie daisy.
I love it when grandma comes to visit. She never wants to talk about how sick I am or how I might die. She knows exactly what it's like to have death lurking around the corner and how to forget about it.
How's about a game of Go Fish?
Why is everyone obsessed with asking sick people questions? How are you feeling? Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you scared? No matter how I answer, it just leads to more questions. Are you sure? Can I get you a blanket? Can I open a window? Have you prayed? No, 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 and no. For once, I would like to remember what it was like before I got sick. No more questions, please.
Got any threes?
Go fish.
I dropped an egg roll in my grandpa's casket. I can't explain. People like to bring food when someone dies, you know? They don't know what to say, so they stuff their faces instead. Well, that's what my grandpa's funeral was like. An all-you-can-eat buffet. I even caught my Auntie Jug sneaking butter packets in her purse. Anyway, my Uncle Pete is married to this Asian lady named Ming. She's like super pretty and she makes the best egg rolls ever. Better than the ones you get at the mall even. So when Ming brought a pile of her famous egg rolls to the funeral, everyone clumped at her end of the buffet. No one wanted the salmon salad sandwiches at the other end. Yuck. Ming had this brilliant idea to make all these sauces to go with her egg rolls. Sweet and sour, teriyaki, lemon, plum. Plum was my favorite. It was nice because it gave us all something to talk about. Have you tried the teriyaki? Taste the lemon. Dip it in plum. So, there he was at the front of the church, standing in line to say goodbye to Grandpa. I don't know why they left the casket open. It's not like he needed to breathe or anything. So, finally, my turn came to pay my respects. I didn't know what to say, so I leaned in and stared at his face for a little while. His gray whiskers were caked with pink foundation. It was a little creepy, but I didn't want to say anything because everyone thought he looked so peaceful. I could feel the line of people nudging me forward, so I said the first thing that came to mind. Try an egg roll, I said. They're delicious, and I dropped one in right next to him. I know, weird, spending an eternity with an egg roll. But somehow it felt like the right thing to do. And now, when people ask me how I'm doing, I tell them I dropped an egg roll in my grandpa's casket. It's a good story, I think. Almost as good as the sauce.
I couldn't believe it. I had scored a goal. I spent most of my games dodging the ball, so the fact that I kicked it on purpose was amazing. It going into the net was just a bonus. If Dad would have been there, he would have been so proud of me. But he was away on a business trip. So I rushed home on my bike to call him with the good news. And when I turned the corner, I thought it was weird that Mom's car was in the driveway.
Sam, honey, I have something to tell you.
That's when everything changed.
There was an accident.
At 2:44 p.m., the exact moment I scored my first goal, his plane was struck by lightning.
Say something.
There were no survivors.
Please.
I only had one question. Why?
Some things can't be explained.
Why him, not her?
You can talk to me.
Dad talked to me. He listened to me. He got me. The only thing Mom ever got was mad.
Talk to me.
Dad was the one who said I should play soccer. He said I'd be good at it. He said I'd love it.
He loved you very much.
He was right. I loved it. And now that I thought I might actually be good at it, he was gone.
I love you.
Now who's going to love me?
Gather some clothes.
Who's going to listen to me?
We'll come back for the rest later.
My heart died the same way he did.
We're all here for you.
Surrounded by 200 other people. All alone.
You know that voice inside your head? The one that tells you what's right and what's wrong? Well, mine's a jerk. When nobody was looking, I stuffed the jeans in my bag. Nobody caught me, so I went back the next day and again the next. Now I'm really rocking some logos.
That window's not too high. Give me a boost.
Check it out. 0 to 60 in 5 seconds.
Jesse's parents don't lock the liquor cabinet.
You don't need ID to buy whipped cream.
This brick ought to do it.
You should see the other guy.
I'm stuffed.
Where's the bathroom?
It only hurts a little.
Better than hurting a lot.
Tears don't leave a scar.
You can't if it's your first time.
You can trust me.
Trust me.
You need a hobby.
Dad said.
Something to take out your anger.
I had to give him some credit. At least he knew I was angry. Then again, anger is pretty common in my house. So he started the truck and took me shooting. Not exactly my idea of fun, but it sure beat football. So he put a pistol in my hand and patted me on the shoulder.
That's it. Now stand up straight
I stood up straight.
and squeeze the trigger.
I squeezed the trigger.
Bang!
My ears rang. My hands vibrated. I smelled burning.
Try again. This time, don't forget to aim.
I aimed.
Bang!
My heart was pounding, which is something I hadn't done in a long time.
Again.
It
Bang!
was scary, but at least I felt alive.
Bang!
Unlike most days,
Bang!
most days I just wanted to run,
Bang!
wanted to hide,
Bang!
wanted to die.
Bang!
Anything to keep them from talking about me.
Kyle is weird. He sits next to me in art class, so I should know. He has this nasty habit of sticking his pencil in his ear. He jams it in as far as it will go and swirls it around. Then when he pulls it out, there's a huge dab of wax on the eraser. All of his homework is covered in little brown smears. Makes me want to puke.
I have no idea why Kyle is the way that he is. What I do know is that he ruins everything. He's the worst brother ever. My entire life has been Kyle this and Kyle that. God forbid we upset poor little Kyle. Just once I'd like to be the center of attention. It's pretty much impossible and everything revolves around him.
If you ask me, Kyle worries too much. Dude needs to take a chill pill. When we were little, he'd come over to my house on the weekends to play video games. He'd grab me on the shoulder so tight that he'd actually snap the joystick right off. Like he thought the zombies were going to shoot him or something. That's where Dad said he couldn't come over anymore because he kept wrecking all of our stuff.
I used to go out with Kyle. Not my proudest moment, but I had to start somewhere. It wasn't all bad. He bought me junk and opened car doors and stuff, but sometimes he was too nice. You know what I mean?
Kyle never tried to kiss me. Not even once. We held hands a few times, but I'm pretty sure that's because he's afraid of the dark. I think he thinks we're still friends. I have no idea where he got that impression.
Kyle is not my friend. Are you kidding? No way.
What's the deal with Kyle? I mean, have you seen the way he eats mac and cheese? He sticks his entire fish in the bowl and digs out the noodles with his tongue. Yuck!
Kyle is so gross. He makes me so mad.
Kyle reeks. Hasn't you ever heard of a shower?
Why do I always get stuck with Kyle and want to go near him with a 10-foot pole?
Not Kyle again.
What's Kyle's problem?
I'm so glad I'm not Kyle.
Poor, pathetic Kyle.
Kyle just doesn't get it.
Kyle's a loser.
Kyle.
Kyle who?
did what I thought I had to. What else could I do? Right in the middle of my own story, with so much left to say, I closed the book. Bang.
Why did he do it?
I can't.
I won't.
I tried.
Do you think he's in heaven?
Don't make me.
Don't start. Don't bother.
What did he want? Want more.
Less.
Want what?
Was it something I said? To lose.
To be.
To care.
Where did
things
things
go
go
wrong?
Talk to him.
Talk to her.
Talk to him. What was he sad about?
About nothing.
Mad
About right.
Worried about?
About time.
What was he thinking?
It sucks.
It hurts.
It
Lingers.
Why couldn't I see the signs?
Can we talk?
I'm scared.
I'm lost.
I'm stupid.
I'm weird.
She kissed me.
He touched me.
I'm sorry.
I swear.
I'm confused.
I'm angry.
I'm lonely.
I'm pregnant.
He hit me.
It hurts.
She hits me.
It hurts.
I'm hungry.
I'm fat.
I'm full.
I'm empty.
No options.
No exits. All corners. All traps.
I'm broke.
I'm drunk.
I'm sick.
I'm tired.
I stole it.
I need it.
I lost it.
I lied.
I'm sad.
I'm anxious. I'm ugly.
I'm gay.
Does he love
me?
Does she love me?
Do they love me?
I love him.
I love her.
I love them.
I love.
I love.
I love. I love.
We love.
Go on. They're listening.